the Red Fort blast case is confirmed. Now, News9 has accessed exclusive details in the blast investigation. The Hyundai i20 car that went up in explosion was purchased through OLX from a Delhi-based dealership named Royal Car Zone. We've also obtained exclusive purchase receipt. An investigation now reveals that the car was brought by Aamir Rashid, who's a resident of Pulwama, using documents in his own name. The deal was finalized on 29th of October. Sources say the two individuals had arrived to buy the car, but the identity of the second man remains unknown. The vehicle was handed over by Amit Patel's associate, Sonu, who completed the transaction. Agencies are now tracking this chain closely, linking the car purchase directly to the module behind Red Fort blast.
मुझे उसी दिन रात को 8 साढ़े 8 बजे के आसपास दिल्ली की टीम से कॉल आया मेरे सोनू जी के पास, जिन्होंने कार की डील करी थी। तभी मुझे पता चला। फिर वो टीम आई यहाँ पे, अपनी जो हमारे पास डॉक्यूमेंटेशन थे वो सब लेके गए हो और बाकी उन्होंने अपने इन्वेस्टिगेशन स्टार्ट कर रखा है। उनका काम चालू है।
किस नाम से आपका जो शोरूम है और कब आपने कार बेची थी?
सर 29 तारीख को हमने कार बेची थी। 4 बजे के आसपास की हमने कार की डिलीवरी दी थी कार की।
तो कितने जने आए थे कार लेने के लिए?
2 लोग लेने आए थे।
क्या i20 लेने आए थे?
I-20।
नाम क्या थे उनके?
सर हमने जो डिलीवरी दी थी वो आमिर राशिद के नाम पे डिलीवरी दी है कार की। उनके साथ एक सज्जन और थे, बट उनका नाम नहीं पता मुझे क्या थी।
तो 29 अक्टूबर को ये खरीदी गई थी।
29 अक्टूबर।
All right, that's the latest as far as that car that went off at the Red Fort metro station is concerned. We have now tried to access the chain of ownership of that car. We now know that the car was purchased by the people responsible for that blast on OLX from a Delhi-based dealership named Royal Car Zone. Now, through the purchase receipt that we have exclusively accessed here, we now know that a certain Aamir Rashid, who is a resident of Pulwama, bought that car using his own name. He went to the dealership along with another person, the identity of whom remains unknown. The deal was finalized on 29th of October. In fact, two sources have now suggested that individuals arrived to buy the car. One, of course, was Aamir. The other was unknown. It was handed over to them by Amit Patel's associate, and the transaction was completed. Agencies are therefore tracking this very, very closely to understand the purchase. And by the way of that purchase will also emerge the link to the module. As the investigation into Red Fort blast case progresses, we have exclusive details now as far as that i20 car is concerned, the Hyundai i20, which blew off, killing more than 9 people and injuring over 30 people at a very busy intersection, in fact, in Red Fort. And further up, in another latest as far as the Red Fort blast investigation is concerned, investigators have now traced another vehicle which is linked to the same network. This is a red Ford EcoSport with number DL10CK0458, registered in Umar's name. Following this revelation, all police stations, police posts, border checkpoints across Delhi have now been put on alert. 5 Delhi police teams are now searching for the red EcoSport, while Uttar Pradesh and Haryana Police have also been informed to maintain vigilance at their state borders. So the late right now, Prime Minister Modi chairing that cabinet committee meeting, also meeting with the victims of the LNJP of the blast in LNJP Hospital. Visuals, of course, coming to your screens right now. Prime Minister Modi touched down in Delhi right from his 2-day visit in Bhutan, and he went up straight to meet those victims who are currently recuperating in the LNJP Hospital. He had a brief meeting with the officials and the doctors at the hospital, and he has assured strictest possible measures to nab those who conspired to bring about that disaster in the national capital. And on your screens right now, Prime Minister Modi at the LNJP Hospital, taking stock of the situation, meeting the victims, those who are recovering in hospital, spoke to the victims, also spoke to the officials, including the doctors at the LNJP Hospital. And Prime Minister Modi visited the LNJP Hospital and met with the victims of the Red Fort car blast. He has now left the hospital, but that's the first thing that Prime Minister did after landing back in the national capital from his two-day visit to Bhutan. He has assured, of course, strictest possible measure, and earlier in Bhutan said that perpetrators will be met with justice. Sending a strong warning there to the conspirators behind the Red Fort blast. All right, on your screens, the latest visuals coming in from LNJP Hospital, where Prime Minister Modi met with the victims of Red Fort blast. He assured them that they will be taken care of and the conspirators will meet their fate. That's the first thing he did after landing in the national capital earlier today from a two-day visit to Bhutan, from where he sent a strong possible message saying that those who are a part of this conspiracy will be facing justice soon. And continuing with the blast, new details have now emerged about accused arrested Dr. Shaheen Shahid. In 1996, in fact, Shaheen appeared for the CPMT exam from CSJM University in Kanpur. Agencies have now reportedly found a link between Dr. Shaheen Shahid and the Delhi Red Fort blast that killed 12 people. Dr. Shaheen Shahid hails from Kandhari Bazaar in Lucknow's Kasir Bagh. Agencies have arrested Dr. Shaheen after they found a Russian assault rifle in a car registered in her name. The car was reportedly used by Muzammil, another associate, who agencies arrested on 10th of November during raids in Faridabad. Dr. Shaheen was picked up from Faridabad by Haryana Police and was later arrested by Jammu and Kashmir Police. Her ex-husband has reacted to the news of his former wife's arrest and being part of the Doctor Terror module. He said that since their divorce, he has not been in touch with his wife. He also added that she has never even spoken to the children since the divorce.
अरे यार वो बाहर जाना चाह रही थी, मेरा मतलब नहीं था। हम दोनों लोग शादीशुदा थे और आराम से रह रहे थे, अच्छी बेहतरीन सर्विस थी, 2 बच्चे भी थे, कोई प्रॉब्लम किसी तरह की थी ही नहीं। अब वो अपनी तरफ से अपने साइड हो सकता है कुछ उनके दिल में रहा हो, वो चली गई होंगी, मुझे तो कुछ पता नहीं इसके बारे में।
क्या आपको मालूम था कि उनकी संबंध आतंकियों से आप जानकारी थी कि उनका संबंध कुछ आतंकियों से किस
ना
हुआ?
ऐसा कुछ नहीं था।
कितने साल आपके शादी को हुआ थे उनके साथ?
9 साल 9 साल
9
साल 9 years।
9 साल से क्या वजह थी आपकी डिवोर्स हुआ उनके साथ? क्या वजह हुआ थी डिवोर्स में?
बता दो दिया अभी। वो बाहर जाना चाह रही थी, एक बार मेरे से जिक्र किया, मैंने कहा यार यहाँ रहना ज़्यादा सही है, यहाँ पे रिलेशंस है हम लोगों के, सबसे मिलते जुलते रहेंगे, बाहर जाके अकेले हो जाएंगे, दिक्कत होगी।
बचपन के विषय में
हाँ, बचपन बहुत सही थी, पढ़ने लिखने में बहुत सही थी।
आखिरी बार कब बात हुई थी शाहीन से आपकी?
आखिरी बार हमारी बात हुई, हमारी करीब 4 साल ताल्लुक नहीं है कोई।
क्यों ऐसा क्यों हुआ? बहन है आपकी, ताल्लुक नहीं है?
कुछ बारी मतलब जैसे होता है।
अभी वो किन के साथ थी? अभी वो जिस ग्रुप के साथ थी?
अब ग्रुप के साथ नहीं मालूम मुझे कि ग्रुप क्या है, वो तो भाई मीडिया में जैसे यहाँ बता रहे हो, जो आप बता रहे हो वही है, हम टीवी पे देख रहे हैं, वही हम सब जगह देख रहे हैं, हमें कोई मालूम है।
आप कैसे देखते हैं इसको, जो घटना घटी, इतने लोग मर गए, न्याय क्या उन लोगों की मौत के लिए? आपके भाई बहन अब इसमें तो अभियुक्त हो गए हैं, कैसे
नहीं? वो बनाया जा रहा है, वो मुझे
अच्छा आप ऐसा मान रहे हैं कि उनको बनाया जा रहा है, वो है नहीं, ऐसा आप मान रहे हैं?
आप लोग क्या लगता है कि सच में कुछ ऐसा हो सकता है?
नहीं, हमको तो नहीं लग रहा है जी, हमको तो नहीं लग रहा है। अब आप लोग क्या मतलब अपना जो है ट्रांसमिशन कर रहे हैं वो कहाँ मतलब मीडिया के थ्रू कहाँ पहुँचा रहे हैं वो आप लोग जो अपनी हिसाब से न्यूज़ बनाइए जी।
आप अपनी बात रखिए सर।
नहीं मैं अपनी ही बात कर रहा हूँ ना, वही बता रहा हूँ मैं।
तो आपको यकीन नहीं है कि आपकी बहन आपके भाई आतंकी गतिविधियों में संलिप्त रहे होंगे?
बिल्कुल।
आपकी बहन 13 साल से आपको लोग संपर्क में नहीं है, उसके बावजूद भी
13 साल से नहीं कह रहा हूँ। अरे आप सुनिए तो जो मैं बोल रहा हूँ, मैंने कहा 4 साल से संपर्क में, आप 13 साल लगा रहे हैं।
4 साल से संपर्क में नहीं है, तो इस दौरान आपने कभी कोशिश नहीं की जानने की कि क्या बहन क्या कर रही है, बेटी क्या कर रही है, कहाँ पे है?
बहन से जो है बात जो मतलब वही बता रहा हूँ ना, जो मैं 4 साल से जो है मतलब संपर्क में था, उसके बाद ये 4 साल के बाद जो मैं संपर्क में नहीं है।
And Jammu and Kashmir Police and Haryana STF have now reached the Al Falah University for investigation. In fact, the terror module that was busted in Faridabad when the authorities recovered 2,900 kilograms of ammonium nitrate and other inflammable materials from 2 rented rooms belonging to Dr. Muzammil Shakil a couple of days ago have since now been linked to Al Falah University. A Krinkov assault rifle was also found in the car registered to another doctor, Dr. Shaheen, who has also been arrested. Both of them have been employed at the Al Falah University. The probe agencies earlier today reached Al Falah University, where they're taking a stock of situation, trying to assess the link to the terror module operating from Faridabad and drawing links to the Al Falah University. Some of those people who are working there, including the key conspirator so far who blew himself up at the Red Fort, Dr. Umar Muhammad, as well as his associates, all of whom were employed at Al Falah University. My colleague brings us this report.
We are outside Al Falah University and you can see the investigation agencies, the teams of investigation agencies who have come to investigate the entire incident, the doctors of the Al Falah University and the employees also, and all the evidences are being collected, and they had come to Al Falah University some time back, and now they have left from the university. The teams of Haryana Police, Delhi Police, Faridabad Police, special investigation teams, they were all here to investigate. The NIA team was here to investigate the entire thing that was conspiration that was held here. And now I would want to show you a pamphlet that Al Falah University has distributed, clarifying its position. This is the pamphlet that has been distributed, and they are saying that we wish to make it clear that university has no connection with the said persons apart from them being working in their official capacities with the university. University also notes with deep concern that certain online platforms are circulating baseless and misleading stories with the clear intent of maligning the reputation and goodwill of university. This is the house where over 29,000 kgs, 2,900 kgs of explosives was taken in custody from the investigative team. Now you can see this is the room. It is said that this is the room where all of this explosives with other bomb-making material was hidden. And now investigation agencies are trying to find out. They must be looking for the owner of the house who had given this house to, as it is said, that Dr. Muzammil had rented this house. He had put in the explosive material and stored it here in this particular room. But if you look at the house, let me take you inside the house. This is 3 compartments. One is this, where the explosive was stored, it is said. And this is the second part, and that is the third part. Now, if you come inside, you will see that this entire house is interconnected. So if the explosive was hidden in this room, as we showed you from outside, then this should be the room where it was stored. So this is the room. So the entire house is interconnected. And this is around 6 by 8 room, not very big, but entire explosive was stored in this room. So now what we are hearing is this was the room that was used for storage, and now investigative agencies must be looking for the house owner, but you must consider this point that this entire building is interconnected, and there were people living on the other side of the accommodation. If you come in from here, you will find that it is interconnected to the other side also. You can see the sky on the other side. So that means the accommodation ends here. So people who were living here are not present at this point of time. So other side is also connected. This is the other side of the this entire building. So these three parts are all interconnected, occupied by different people. This part of the building was occupied by somebody else, but still interconnected. So that is also a connection that investigation agencies might be exploring. But if you look at the area, you can imagine how the recce is being done, how the terror plotting is being done. They just look for some areas that are not in that investigation agencies, it is difficult for them to find out. And these are the areas where hardly people who rent out these kind of flats, they would not ask for their whereabouts, their documents. I'm sure that there must be no documentation when this plot was, this room was given on rent to Dr. Muzammil or others.
And moving on, first statement has also come in from Al Falah University, the institution at the center of the probe linked to the Jaish terror module behind Delhi Red Fort blast. The university says it is deeply saddened and anguished by the developments and strongly condemns any act of violence or terror. In its official statement, the university has confirmed that 2 doctors associated with the institutions have been detained by investigative agencies, but clarified that the university itself has no connection with the accused individuals apart from their employment in official capacities. Al Falah University has categorically denied reports that any chemicals or explosive material were being stored or handled within its labs. It says that all the lab work strictly follows academic, statutory and ethical safety protocols mandated by regulators. The university also criticized what it called false and defamatory allegations circulating on social media, urging people and media outlets to verify facts through official channels. Let's also now break down for you the terror trail in the Red Fort blast investigation. This is a News9 exclusive. We have access to documents on the terror doctors, the healers who turned agents of death. It all begins with the main question: who is the mastermind calling the shots? Right from the blast to the Faridabad terror module to the links spanning out across Lucknow and Kanpur. And that's what investigators are now probing. Around that central link is a ring of medical professionals who've now turned suspects, all tied to the Faridabad terror module on your screens right now. Starting with Dr. Shaheen, 45-year-old from Lucknow. She's believed to have close ties with Dr. Muzammil Shakil of Pulwama. Shaheen is said to be the head of Jaish's women's wing in India. In fact, she reportedly set it up. She was recruited by Masood Azhar's sister, Sadia Azhar. Up next is Muzammil Shakil, 36 years old, arrested with 2,900 kilograms of explosives in Faridabad. Then comes Dr. Adil Ahmed, 38-year-old, from Kazigunt, from whose locker the AK-47 rifle was recovered. Dr. Sajjad Ahmed, another 32-year-old doctor from Pulwama, was a friend of Dr. Umar Muhammad, a man and the man who carried out the Red Fort blast. Dr. Parvez Ansari, another member of the module, 41-year-old from Lucknow. Shaheen's brother, was found with 6 mobile phones and international SIM cards, all of whom have now been seized. Also linked in this entire chain is Dr. Tajamul Ahmed Malik, whose face is still unknown, 32 years old, from Kulgam. All names are pointing to one hub and one hub alone, that is the Faridabad terror module, with investigators now zeroing in on who is the real mastermind of the network. The issue of the blast near Red Fort has now been raised in a meeting of the Parliamentary Standing Committee on Home Affairs as on Wednesday, but the chairperson of the panel refused to discuss the matter. And that is what the sources are telling us at the moment. According to a member who was present in the meeting, the issue of the blast near Red Fort, in which 12 people have been killed, was raised by an MP of the Trinamool Congress. The TMC MP also raised concerns over alleged intelligence failure. Sources say that chairperson Radha Mohan Das Agrawal refused to take up the discussion and did not allow any suo motu statements on the issue. The meeting of the Parliamentary Standing Committee on Home Affairs was held today. The disaster management was on the agenda. In the meeting, TMC MP decided to rake up the issue of Red Fort blast case, but the issue was completely refused for discussion by the chairperson Radha Mohan Das Agrawal. And as the investigation into Delhi blast continues, a Turkey link in the trail of terror has now emerged. It has now been revealed that Dr. Muhammad Umar, or Dr. Umar Muhammad, and Dr. Muzammil Shakil both had travelled to Turkey right before the blast. They met a Jaish-e-Mohammed handler in Turkey. This revelation comes as Turkish entry and exit stamps were in fact found on their passports. This Turkey connection comes amid increasing scrutiny of the Ankara's strategic defence partnership with Pakistan, which has been a matter of concern for Indian agencies. Now remember, during Operation Sindoor, Turkey was accused of providing over 350 drones and operational support personnel to Pakistan. The drones, including Bayraktar TB2 and Yeeha variants, were allegedly used to target specific destinations in India, including kamikaze-like strikes. 2 Turkish military operatives were also reportedly killed during Operation Sindoor, exposing Ankara's direct involvement in aiding Pakistan's drone warfare capabilities. And since then, it's now emerged that as far as that Red Fort blast is concerned, there is a Turkey link as well. Both Dr. Umar Muhammad, the main accused in the Red Fort blast case, and Dr. Muzammil Shakil, another accused who's now been arrested, both travelled to Turkey right before the blast.